Hey guys, Anthony here. It is March 30th, 2020. Hope everyone's doing well, made it through the weekend, safe and sound. I hope you're keeping your eyes open, your ears open, your head on a swivel, because it's going to be needed moving forward. Out here at the parking garage, as you guys see, my wife is on her 13th treatment today. So Wednesday will bring us 15, which I think is the halfway point in her treatments. So we're happy about that, to be halfway done with her radiation treatments. And I just want to thank all of you, each and every one of you that have been praying for her. Much appreciated. She's going to do a live show with me soon to go over, some of her trials and tribulations through all of this. This weekend she did well. She's kind of getting a little more tired, and this weekend she was nauseous a lot. So I don't know if that was due to the treatments. It could be, they said. So we'll just have to monitor it from there. We're just watching it and taking it day by day. But the reason for this video was to just give a question to those of you out here watching what's going on with the pandemic, with the financial situation of the country, the jobless rates going higher and higher, the people in the country and around the world that are getting upset about being locked in their homes. I saw a video on people from, I believe it was Italy, that were just getting a message here. That were people in Italy that were pleading with their leaders to let them out, that their kids, it's already been 2 weeks, they're running out of supplies, food, water, things of that nature. The guy showed a picture of his daughter with her last slice of bread. And so we are going to get into possibly some very real food shortage scenarios. And before many of you, jumped the gun and say, that's not true. I go to my grocery store, they've been stocked, they've been, there's stuff on the shelves, there's only a few things missing. I'll tell you this, a lot of the truckers are getting through. They're getting delivery to stores like Walmart and Costco and places like that. But the problem is, and I read one issue where a lady, I think it was at Costco, said that, the trucks are getting through, but they're bringing the same amount of supplies. In other words, the truck is stocked with, kayaks and lawn equipment and grills, barbecue grills for the springtime, and then, food products also. The problem now is, that's different from before this, is that there's like 300 people lined up taking the supplies as they come in. So unless they increase or change the way they're distributing the food and getting it to the end points, there's going to be a shortage on the shelves. Sooner or later, the longer this drags on, the worse that's going to get. When people start getting hungry or don't find the food that they want, that's when you're going to see panic buying, more unhappy people at stores fighting with each other over, maybe it's meat, chicken, bread, rice, beans, you name it. As products go short and people's bellies get hungrier as they run out of supplies at home, you're going to see more of this happen. So right now it seems to be, most people say, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm picking up what I need, I'm getting most of what I need. I'm even getting some stuff delivered. We've been getting deliveries of items as much as possible. I'm trying to limit our going out at all to the grocery store. So this is a very real scenario, and I want to put that out there to people to, let me know what your thoughts and, concerns are regarding that. Because once the food chain starts breaking down and people start running short or going hungry or not able to feed their kids, that's when you're going to see, some real major problems here in the United States. So now we have, the last number I looked at or heard about was over 3 million unemployed and climbing, possibly reaching a 30% unemployment rate. Businesses still closed, like restaurants, only serving takeout, or other non-essential businesses having to close down, lay off employees, send employees home. Schools and colleges still being closed for the foreseeable future. We heard President Trump talking about bringing people back to normal around Easter time. I don't know if that's going to happen or if they're going to let that happen. So that's things we have to keep our eyes on. So we're at the end of March right now. We're not even into April yet. And this could drag out for another 8 to 10 weeks. Imagine the uncertainty of the supply chains. Now remember, so we depend on truckers to deliver our supplies for the most part. So, and I thank these truckers from the bottom of my heart that they're getting through. They're still working. But what happens when truckers might start getting sick? Supply chain workers might start getting sick that farm and pack stuff and distribute stuff and goods and services. What if they start getting sick? What if people at refineries that refine our oil and gas start getting sick, and the truck tankers don't make it to the gas stations, and now there's a fuel shortage, possible food shortage? What do we do? What happens then? I've lived in South Florida for almost 20 years, 17 plus years, and I've saw firsthand gas lines, people vying for or fighting for, just to get gas during a hurricane. We saw it also in Hurricane Katrina. We saw it more recently in Hurricane Sandy, up north. So these are all very real things that we have to start thinking about. I know you're cooped up at home. You're trying to make the best of it. We're all trying to make the best of it. But you have to open your eyes to possible scenarios that can happen. It might not start happening another 2 weeks from now. But that's got to be turning and spinning in your mind on what you're going to do. What do I need now that I'm not thinking of that I might not be able to get a month from now? So these are all things we have to be thinking of moving forward. So I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. Also been watching some videos, staying up late at night, now that I'm not working, and watching some videos, all kinds of videos. I'll share some of them in another video that I do. But this whole virus thing, COVID-19, Chinese virus, just stinks to me. I'm going to stand on my thoughts on this, on my hunch that I have, that this was a planned bioweapon. I will definitely not take that back. I definitely think this is a planned event. There's just too many coincidences, too many things the CDC was doing back in November, advertising for jobs for what we're going through right now. There's too many things that were going on prior to this. Chinese virologists working at level 3 labs in the United States and going back and forth to Wuhan, China. Did we give this bioweapon? Did we give access to this bioweapon to the Chinese? They took it back to Wuhan, to their level 4 lab, and somehow it got out by accident or on purpose, and now has infected the world. Oh, and look just what happens. All the economies crash, calls for a new world order, calls for police states, armies being released, people being chased down from New York going into Rhode Island. Now we see the same thing. And people from New Orleans going into Florida. Checkpoints. Is this the new norm? Just want to hear what you guys think. I'll keep this video under 10 minutes. So God bless. Take care. Stay ready. I'll be back with more videos. Anthony signing off.